खोलते पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है। खोल दे पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है। जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी है। Hello all, I am Anuradha and I welcome you back to yet another episode on SSB Crack Talks. आज हम बात करने वाले एक ऐसे एस्पिरेंट के साथ जिसने अपने बचपन से यही सपना देखा है कि आसमान में अपने पंख फैलाएंगे और उड़ जाएंगे और अपने आसमान में उड़ने के एक्सपीरियंस को भी फील करेंगे। और ये सपना भी उन्होंने पूरा किया है अभी हाल फिलहाल में ही at the very first attempt itself. So please welcome our today's guest from Pune, Mr. Prateek Hanchate, who have recently been recommended from 12 SSB Bangalore for Indian Navy SSC pilot course. Hi Prateek, how are you?
Hello ma'am, I'm really good, fine.
Really nice, Prateek. So first question to you is that you got recommendation for your Indian Navy SSC pilot entry at your very first attempt. So how are you feeling after getting recommended?
Actually ma'am, I'm feeling really good now because I have heard that for to get recommended, it takes a lot of efforts and all. But I got recommended in my first attempt. So it was a really good feeling for me initially. So yeah, and overall, I'm happy about it. Yes.
Okay, so when you told your result to your parents or your friends, how did they react when they heard about your success?
Yeah, then the natural response would be like they were completely first of all they were shocked, like I cleared in the first attempt. They were really happy, and in fact my parents said like first of all they congratulated me for my success. And talking about my friends, they all were also really happy and proud that one of their friends have got into this recommendation stream and all. And everyone congratulated me for this thing. And some of my friends are also giving this SSBs and all continuously. And they had asked me about like how you did and all this. Yeah.
So you also guided them. That was really very helpful,
Yes,
I guess.
yes.
Okay, so from where you got this motivation of joining the defense? मतलब ये जो हमारे अंदर कीड़ा होता है ना कि डिफेंस अब ज्वाइन करना है, तो ये कीड़ा आपको कब काटा और कैसे?
So the thing is, when I was in my first year of my engineering, at that point of time, I realized for the first time that yes, defense services is the thing where I want to go. Okay, so from that particular day itself, I had started preparing for my SSBs and all. But as you have asked that from where I got that motivation and all. So see, I am a person who has always wanted to be in an adventurous uh, domain because I know I live in Pune. Okay, so Pune is completely filled with IT hub. Okay, so getting a job in Pune means you will be working in IT only. So I didn't want it to be in a place where there would be a job of just sitting in front of a computer and debugging codes and all. I didn't wanted that. I wanted a life which was completely dynamic as well as which was full of respect. Okay. And one more thing which I want to say is that whatever I should do, it should be done by only limited people. It should not be like everyone is doing the same thing. You said not that it is like a herd of sheep which is moving in the same direction. I didn't want it to move in the same direction which other people are also choosing. In fact, I think I'm the only person till now in my college who got recommended. I guess one or two were there in the past, but still, uh, there were very few of them. Okay, then and my father was also in the Indian Air Force earlier. He got retired in 2010, so I knew the environment and all, how people live there, how is the personality on. So that had motivated me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so your father was in Air Force. Why you didn't want to go to Air Force?
See, actually, my ultimate goal is to join the Air Force. I have my AFSB scheduled on 10th of October. So this was completely unexpected. Okay. So generally people have the tendency na ki I'll go to this SSB and I'll see that whether I will be able to clear it or not. But still I got it in my first attempt. So it was good. Now I have this experience of getting recommended, I'll do the same thing again during my FSB, and I hope that I also clear the FSB at that.
Okay, so you cleared SSB as we have already mentioned. You have cleared SSB at the very first attempt. So how you prepared for the SSB?
Okay, so see, there is nothing rocket science behind it. Okay, what you need to do is, it's not like you have to read a lot, like thick books and all. No, you don't have to do anything related to this. It's just that you need to do your day-to-day life work. For example, if someone has given you some work, like assigned you some work, then do it properly. Okay, obey whatever things your teachers are telling you, and it's just that it shows that you have that quality in you. You are taking some work from some people and you are properly doing it. Okay, as well as one thing I will say is that I was putting more focus on clearing OIR. Okay, because for me I think OIR is one of the most important thing, which will not just prepare you for the SSB, as well as it will prepare you for exams like FCAT and all. Okay, if someone is preparing for FCAT exam, then automatically he will be preparing for OIR and all those stuff. And it's the only thing which is in your hand, in your control. Because in PPDT and all, you don't know what picture you are gonna get. Okay, and generally, what I think is, whenever you are going for any PPDT session and all, you should be completely spontaneous for it. Okay, you should not have any preconceived story and all, which you have learned earlier, and you are writing the same story for a different picture. So the thing which is in your hand is just OIR. And I'm saying OIR series is very easy. If you are prepared for it, then you can definitely get OIR rating 1. Okay, that is one thing. Then, in fact, I have worked a lot on my interview. Okay, this personal interview. So I had prepared my PIQ form before my SSB only. So whatever things I had done in my past, I had included everything in my PIQ, and based on that PIQ, I had prepared each and every question related to it. For example, if I have added any sport in the sports section, then I've prepared each and everything related to that. Let's say I'm a runner. Okay, so whatever questions he might have asked about running, we get to know about it now. If I'm running, then I will know that there are certain things which I should know about running. Then I did some research related to all those things, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, so at one point, I hope that I think you told us that you wanted to be in NCC, but you failed to get in NCC.
Yes, yes.
So my question is, after you failed to join NCC, how you motivated yourself and what preparation you did to join defense?
Okay, I'll firstly tell you why I failed in NCC. Okay. So NCC requires a lot of physical strength and all. You might know. So the thing is, when I was giving my this when I was appearing for this NCC test, they had this physical test in which you have to do sit-ups and all. Okay, so I did running well. Okay, I completed the running in the stipulated time which they give. Then push-ups were also okay for me, but the only thing where I lagged was in this sit-up thing. Okay, because I wasn't physically fit at that time, and it was in way back in, I guess, 2019. At that time, I was in my second year of my engineering. Okay, so because of that reason, I failed. I knew where I failed. Okay, so at that point of time, I made sure that I should improve upon my physical strength, so that I should not fail again just because of that reason. Okay, and I think that's the real failure. If you are not improving upon yourself just because of your previous failure, and again you are failing for the same reason, then that is the real failure. It's not like for just once if you have failed, then people start thinking, na, ki, oh man, I don't have any opportunity right now. I won't be getting anything. People get depressed about. Uh, I would say take it as another opportunity. Okay, uh, go ahead and give the next attempt. Just make sure that you don't repeat the same mistake again. Okay, but unfortunately, it was my last attempt for NCC, so I didn't had any option. So yeah, that was the only thing which I had learned, that if you fail, just move on from it and learn from it. Learning from your failure is really important. and it's not just applicable for the defense aspirants, it's applicable to each and every person who wants to get success in their life. Okay. Yeah.
So you said in 2019 you tried to be in NCC, but you didn't. And after that, we all know that COVID came up and there was a
Yeah.
national lockdown and everything.
Mhm.
So in spite of being in home, where people were, fighting with so many issues, how you kept on going with the SSB preparation? What all things you did? And do you think that COVID came as a blessing to you, that you got time for your preparation as well?
Yes, yes, yes. First of all, I would say the same thing, that COVID was a blessing in disguise for me, because I had got so much of time during this COVID period that uh, I think full day I was at my home, right? Everyone was at home. Then what should we do? Then I thought of reading some books. Initially, I used to read some books. I started reading books, and then after that, when I realized that okay, this is the time I have got wherein I can prepare for my SSB. So I started preparing for my OIR and all, and simultaneously I was also preparing for my jobs, for the placement. Okay, because I am an engineer. Okay, so for me, getting a job was also important. So side by side, I was also preparing for my placement, and I was also preparing for this SSB. Because see, SSBs and all, man, they are very uncertain. You don't know whether you will clear it or not in the first attempt. So uh, I just made sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm I will do it in an honest way. Okay, I'll not fake myself that okay, I have set some target today and I'll not complete it. Whatever target I used to set, I used to complete it on a daily basis. And yeah, one more thing I want to tell you, people say na ki you should have a daily timetable and all. This timetable and all didn't suited, frankly speaking. So I would say to people that do what suits you. Okay, because some don't think that what some other people are talking about might be true for you as well. If it is not suitable for you, just don't do it. It's like you will be, uh, means बोलते हैं ना जबरदस्ती करना खुद के साथ. That's the point. So it won't do any good for you, and you won't enjoy that process as well if you are doing the thing which is not in your control. So I would only suggest that if you are okay with a timetable, go with it. But if you are not, if you are like me, then you don't need any timetable. Just make sure that if you have set one target for one day, okay, just make sure that you complete it. For example, if you have said that today I'll do one chapter of OIR, then at least complete it. Okay, uh, take small steps. Don't take up a lot of work on single day. Okay, and yeah, coming back to that point, COVID period, na. So that period only I started preparing for my interview as well. As I said that I was doing a lot of things. I think we will come to that point in the uh, next part, right? So I was doing a lot of things during my college days, be it online or offline. Not offline, it was completely online at that time. That time, still I was doing. Okay, so managing each and everything had taught me a lot. So I feel that yeah, like doing multitasking is also a very important skill nowadays. If you are able to do certain things in the same time, then I feel that you can, it helps you to clear SSB. Okay, your mind gets oiled. Yeah.
So how you develop on your personality? Because as you have just mentioned, that personality plays a great role in SSB, right? So how you
Yeah.
developed your own personality?
See, I would say there is no certain book which you can read and improve your personality. Or see, there are some classes and all. I see classes and all is good, but what I feel is just going to a class and expecting that you will change your personality in a week or so. It's not true. Okay, it takes time. It takes years to inculcate that personality into you. So the thing is, uh, whatever, as I said earlier, that whatever work has been assigned to you, do it perfectly. Okay, if you can, for example, if a person who is watching this video, if he is in the college days, so what he can do is he can participate in different activities, let's say extracurricular activities, sports activities, or he can take up some positions which consists of leadership position, and even if not leadership position, at least take a position where you are working in a committee. Okay, there you will learn a lot of things, because there are some things which you can't learn just by reading books. Okay, there are experiences from where you learn. Okay, so there were a lot of things which I learned through my experiences during my college days. uh, for example, I was the technical secretary of my department, so I used to do a lot of stuff as a technical secretary. So yeah, and subconsciously I was learning a lot. So that thing have helped me a lot to clear this SSB interview.
Okay, so my next question is regarding the questions that many of the viewers must be thinking, and that is, what are the best ways and practices you want to suggest to the upcoming aspirants who are going for the SSB interview?
Yeah. So starting with the screening test. Okay. So what you can do is take up a book. I'll suggest you the SSB Crack book only, because I was using the same book, SSB Crack book, as well as they have this online series which they have. You can just buy it online. Okay. Take printout from it and just solve each and every question which is available there. Okay. It will really help each and every person who is aspiring to become an officer. Okay. And then if you want to do practice for PPDT, again I'm saying that for PPDT and all, for this psychological tests, you don't need to practice a lot. So the thing is, we will start with the screening test. Okay. So for screening test, the most important thing is to clear the OIR. I would suggest you, if you get OIR rating 1, then there are a lot of high chances that you will clear the screening test. Okay, and this one test is in your hands, because at that time, at that in this PPDT and all, you don't know that it depends on the situation. Okay, so I'll talk about this PPDT and that bit later. We'll first talk about this OIR. So see, for OIR, you can take books from different publications. I would suggest you to go with the SSB Crack only, because I've used the same book. Okay, and in fact, they also have this practice sets on internet. You can just buy it from them, and practice different questions from them. And these have helped me a lot in clearing this OIR. Okay. Now coming to this PPT. Generally, frankly speaking, you don't need to stress much on this PPT thing at your, because these things are what you should be spontaneous in these things. Then only your true character will come out. Okay, just doing rote learning at your home. Like if you have written a story and you are just by writing the story so that you can write the same story again, it will not work. Okay, at least I've seen in this attempt it doesn't work. I've seen people doing this thing. You can't. You should not do this. Okay, you should not do this rote learning at all. So what I would suggest is practice capability only for the timing part, because their time is really important. What you can do is just take a random picture. Pictures are available on Google and all. You can just search on the Google, take some picture, and write a random story about it. Okay, and just make sure that these stories are timed. Okay, you have a timer in front of you, and you are writing the story simultaneously. And one more thing I would suggest you, that in the actual SSB, they will give you around 5 minutes for this complete procedure to happen. But I would suggest you to try to do it under 4 seconds, 4 minutes at your home. This will give an edge at your SSB. Okay, if you are able to complete a complete story as well as that those things which you have to fill now, like circle and all, how many people you have to write, how many people are there, then you have to write the age and all those stuff. Then you will require at least 4.5 to 5 minutes for it. But try to complete everything in between 4 minutes. Okay, so that you can get an edge in the actual lesson. Now, coming to the TAT and all, this psychological test, again, I would say that you don't have to stress much about it. I've seen people by writing responses for SRTs, VAT, and all. This might work for some people, but for me, this doesn't work. I was always
So I have a
spontaneous in my.
question here. How many questions you attempted in VAT, SRT, and TAT
Yeah,
and
okay.
SDT?
In that, I wrote all the stories which were shown, like for all the pictures which was shown to me, 11 pictures plus one blank picture. blank picture I had prepared earlier. Okay. Then VAT I did all, but see for VAT na, what happened? There were some 2 or 3 words which I didn't know the meaning of. Okay, so what I just did is I just wrote the same word again. In that case, I have heard this somewhere. I did the same thing here also. I just wrote the same word. Okay, 2 or 3 places I did this. I would suggest that you can do this thing, but don't do it like repetitively. Okay, and SRTs, I think I did 39 or 40. Okay, and they were almost true responses. Like I didn't prepare much for SRTs and all. And yeah, yes.
Okay, so and coming to the group tasks now, how your group bonding worked, and I would want to know what topics you got in your lecturate as well as in your GT GD.
Okay. So as soon as we were divided in the groups, we had our roommates and all, na. So we had a very good bonding with each other because what happens in SSBs when you go, you have like-minded people with you. This doesn't happen each and every time in the civil. Okay, because when you have like-minded people with you, you will share the stories which are similar with each other. Okay, so because of that reason, you will have a really good bonding with each and everyone. Even if there is a repeater and all, they might know that how is the SSB. Like they might know the friends whom they have made in during the SSB are their lifelong friends. Okay, they all of them are in touch with me till now. So yeah, it feels really good to have people like this. So yeah, coming to this GTO, which you have asked about lecturate and all. So again, lecturate wasn't a big thing for me because I was good at public speaking because I had done a lot of seminars and all in my college days. So it wasn't a big thing for me. It's just that I got one topic which was relevant to my knowledge, and that was related to this Indo-US relationship. Okay, so it is a broad topic. You know, you can speak a lot of things related to it. So I spoke about the defense relations and all defense, then bonding between our Prime Minister Modi ji and President of US. Then I talked about the financial conditions of both the countries and how US is helping India to improve upon the finances. Okay, and yeah, this was more than enough for that particular time. Then talking about the GD, the GD I don't remember exactly, but yes, there was one thing which I remember. It was related to this thing like why nowadays children are addicted to smartphones and all. Is it the responsibility of their parents, or is it the responsibility of the school, or they themselves are responsible for this? Okay, so we had to discuss on this thing. The best part about it was that everyone was giving chance to each and every person. It wasn't like the people were jumping in between and saying yaar mujhe bolna hai." No, this thing didn't happen, at least with me. So another topic was related to this defense budget. Okay, defense budget. In what terms India should improve, whether it should improve in terms of finances, or whether it should improve in terms of its defense, or whether it should improve in terms of its social population. Okay, yeah. So these were the
Okay,
topics.
so you talked about the group that they behaved in such a polite and a formal way when
Yeah.
the group discussion was on. और आपको क्या लगता है कि ये जो group है, group bonding जो है, क्या आपके recommendation में it played a major role?
See, it did play a major role because during the command task as well, na, you need to call 2 of your buddies to help you. So you need to analyze which person will be suitable for you. So I did some analysis and all. So I came to a point that okay, I need these 2 people with me. And as I knew them from earlier, like I had met them in the SSB only, but I had a good bonding with them. So that's why I called them, and whatever task I used to give them, they completed in a very good manner. So that's why in fact, I would say that one of the best tasks which I did was command task. Okay, I had that bomb wala scene wherein you have to go and defuse that bomb. So I did that. Even the GTO appreciated me that yeah, you did an excellent job. So I think yeah, it's a really important thing to have some good friends during your SSB. Okay, but see, it's not like then only you will get recommended. Your recommendation doesn't depend on how many friends you have in your SSB. Just the in conference they do ask you that how are your friends and all, are they fine and are they fine or not? Okay, but see, your recommendation doesn't depend just on this thing, whether you have made friends here or not.
Okay, my next question to you, Pratik, is that you wanted to be in aviation. As you said, you wanted to be in Air Force, and mostly you wanted to be in flying. So,
Yeah.
what inspired you to become a pilot?
See, flying is a very different thing. Okay, very few people are there who get the chance to fly those magnificent machines and all. So I wanted to be in that league because it's a completely different place and the kind of respect you get. See, I'm not a person who is respect hungry, but still, yeah, means uh, the vibes are different. When I was in IIM, I saw IIM is nothing but this Institute of Aerospace Medicine, where I was doing my medicals for flying. Yeah. So there I saw for the first time in my life, I saw these pilots in my like life in front of me. I was awestruck looking at them. They have that charisma and personality. It's very different from other people. In fact, you can't even match their personality with the ground duty. That's what I would say because they have that badge and all, na flying badge, wings they have. So it's a very different thing. And for me, flying is like, uh, as I said, like completely different thing. Very few people are able to do it, and the process to go till there is really tough. So it's a very proud feeling for me as well as people who are associated with me. That okay, this boy has cleared not just cleared this SSB, he has also cleared the CPSS, which is for flying. Okay, and not many people are able to clear this. If again I'm saying that I'm not boasting about myself. Yeah.
So my next
Yeah.
question is regarding the CPSS only. Can you please tell us something about the CPSS? What activities you performed in CPSS? And if somebody who's going from a civilian background
Yeah.
doesn't know what CPSS is and still they want to crack CPSS, what are the things that they can do for it?
Okay. So firstly, as I had interest in this aviation thing, so I knew basic things related to flying and all. Okay. So clearing the first part of CPSS was not a big deal for me because it's generally related to the apt and all, as well as this they show you this aircraft instruments and all. Then based on that, there are some MCQ based questions. Okay. They are very easy, and just before your exam, they will show each and everything related to it. So you don't require any prior knowledge for it. Even if you go as it is, just get recommended and as it is, you wake up and go there. Even then also you can clear it. But still, I would suggest you that you can have some look at the instruments which are present in the aircraft and all, then how they work. There are a lot of apps which are available on the Play Store which you can download and have a look at them.
Can
Then
we
yeah,
just name a few apps for viewers here?
see uh, apps. Okay, uh, there was one app known as CVT. Okay, there is one CVT test which is conducted. Then they can download it. Then there is one you can just type PABT or CPSS test games. Then there will be a lot of test games which will come on. Okay, you can download any one game and play. So it's just that it will improve your this psychomotor skills. But see, if you are into driving vehicles and all, if you know how to drive car and bike and all, then it won't be a big thing for you because you already have those eye hand and like coordination perfect with you. So it won't be a big issue. Yeah, but I found it to be a bit tricky. This psychomotor test, which we have in the second part, it is a bit tricky. Yes, people do say it is very easy, but I didn't found it so. It is not an easy exam because the sensitivity of this instruments is very high. So you need some time to get used to it. Okay, so this was a completely new experience. Yeah, of course, it was a completely new experience because you get only one chance to clear this exam. You don't get any another exam, another chance to clear this. If you are failed, then you won't be able to become a pilot in the defense forces. And if you are passed, then you are passed. Like you don't have to give the exam again. Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, you said that your command task was the best task in SSB, right? So my next question is related to that. Which task you think that you were not able to give your very best in SSB?
Yeah, that task was word association test, because as I said that I didn't practice anything for it, and it was the first time I was giving the VAT test. Okay, so what I did in VAT test was, actually they were giving. I think I noticed this thing that generally on paper it is written that they will give 15 seconds for each word. Okay, but what I felt that they were changing the words in 10 seconds. Okay, so for this you should be ready. I don't know whether it was only my perception or what, but I felt that they were doing this thing. Okay, I don't know about others how they
And
felt.
you can't check even because
Yeah,
there's no
you
watch,
don't
there's
have
no
the
clock.
watch now. You don't have the watch. I had practiced little bit at my home, and I was able to write sentences in 15 seconds. Okay, you get to know that how much is 15 seconds and how much is 10 seconds. So I knew that in if in 15 seconds, if I'm able to write the whole word, a whole sentence, but here I'm not able to write the full sentence, then I got to know that no, they're not giving the full time to each word. Then everyone should be ready for this. Okay, so if you are practicing the VAT, you can practice it for 10 seconds to be on a safer side. Okay, at least you will be able to write complete sentences. And because of this reason, my handwriting was not good. Even in conference, they asked me that what was the worst test you gave. So I gave the same response that VAT was the worst thing which I did, because I felt that the time given was less, and because of that reason my handwriting wasn't good, and I feel they were convinced with my answer because they know what I have done. Yeah.
Absolutely, they know all. Okay, so this is about you itself, Pratik. You said you have done a lot of things, specifically sports, extracurriculars. So I want to know, and the
Yeah.
viewers also
Yeah.
want to know that how these sports hobbies, what sports hobbies and extracurriculars you followed, and how they helped you in your getting recommended in SSB.
See, uh, playing sports, I feel, is a very important thing in today's day-to-day life, because we all know that how unhealthy things nowadays people eat. So to be an healthy person, you should play at least one sport. It doesn't matter what sport it is, you should at least play one. In my case, I used to play cricket. Okay, I used to play cricket with my friends. Then I had played handball in my school. Yeah, it was for a short period of just 6 months, but at least I played. Okay. Then I used to. Then the biggest thing which I do is I do running. So I'm a half marathon runner. So I run 10-kilometer marathons. Then 21K I have done. And there are some people whom I follow on Instagram and all. To name a few, I guess Lieutenant Commander Bichanaya sir is there. Then Captain Dharamveer sir is there, and all of them are Ironman runners. Okay, so these people have inspired me a lot to pursue running. Okay. And running is one thing which had taught me a lot of things in like life lessons. We say na, life lessons. Running has taught me a lot of them. So like this never giving a give up attitude I have in me, which I have taken from running experiences. Because what happens when you are running long distances, you tend to get tired at a certain point of time. Okay, but that's the point where your body is testing. Okay, your body is testing your mind. Whether your body says to you, कि बस भाई हो गया, you can't run anymore. But then your brain comes into play. At that point of time your brain says कि नहीं हो जाएगा, you can run, and then you will definitely finish it. And again, then I started believing in myself when I used to run, because initially I used to think, yeah, how can I run 21 kilometers? 21 kilometers is a very long distance, I used to think initially when I had just started running, when I used to just run 1-2 kilometers. At that time I didn't had any dream to do 21 k's on. But today, when I see that I'm able to do a 21-kilometer without stoppages, then I feel that yes, I do believe in myself. Believing in myself is really important. When if you have believed in yourself, then you can do anything, even if you feel that it is impossible for you, then you can achieve those things. Okay, And yeah, the second sport, as I said, cricket. And cricket was one sport. Coming to my extracurricular activities, there were a plethora of them which I have done in my college days. As I said earlier, that I was the technical secretary. So from that, I got that leadership skill in me. Okay. So I was handling almost 30 to 40 students under me who were directly working under me. There was an hierarchy. So under me, there were executive heads who were working, and under executive heads, there were normal heads, and under normal heads, there were volunteers. So they used to report their subordinate, their leaders, and the top authority used to report to me, and I had to give my reports to my faculty advisors. Okay, and all those file works we used to do, all those meetings used to go. So I had a very, this different experience with it, with which, and subconsciously I used to develop this leadership skill in me. I won't say that I'm a good leader at this point of time, because there are a lot of things to learn now also. But yes, at least I got a taste of it. Okay, just by doing these things. So what I would suggest to you is that, like, people who are watching this, you can take up leadership skills. They will help you a lot. Okay, and learning the skills, and that's what the SSB people wants. At the end of the day, if you are becoming an officer, it means that you will be leading a team. Okay, you will be leading a team, and not just the defense officers. Even if you are trying for placements and all, you will be joining company, and after 2 3 years, they will be giving you the company lead. So there also it will help you. Then, in fact, yes. And simultaneously, I was also working in a team which used to build these Formula Student race cars. So what we used to do is we used to build full-size race cars, and we used to participate in different events which were organized. You might be knowing this Buddh International Circuit in Noida. So just recently we had this event in Buddh International Circuit, and we in India. So we used to participate in these different events which were related to racing and all. So there also I was holding a position of this head of department for electronics and software. So there were some people who were working under me. So I had this thing in me that, okay, I was leading a team in my college. So it was very easy for me. Nowadays it's very easy for me. Even if someone says, "Okay, now you have to lead this team," then I will happily do it without any issues.
So, who's your role model? I would like to
Okay,
ask you.
so first of all, first will be Mr. Ratan Tata sir. He has inspired me a lot because he is a gem person. For me, he's like a god. Because uh, if I have heard somewhere that 70 to 80% of his wealth he just donates to the charity. And some people say that if he didn't do this, he would be the richest person in the world. Okay. So this selfless thing which he is doing, I like this. And nowadays he is also supporting different startups. And I've heard some of his speeches; they are very inspiring. They do inspire me a lot. And next person would be, everyone knows him, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Many people, like, he has inspired a lot of people, and I'm not an exception to it. What should I talk about him? Yeah, he has done so many things. Like, he has inspired me a lot. Okay, like, he used to sell newspapers during his childhood. From selling newspapers to becoming an president, he has seen that journey. So if he can do it, then I'm not comparing him with someone else, but still, like, it's a very big thing, now. Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is what or how would you recommend SSB crack exams to those aspirants who want to go and crack SSB?
Okay. So as I said initially that one can buy SSBcrack books and all, then for OIR series, and there was one thing which was also an inspiration to me. You guys post these stories, success stories of different people. Okay. So this thing I used to read during this COVID period. So I used to get inspired, and I used to think that, yeah, one day I should have my story as well. And that day came. Okay, that day happened. So in fact, I had this thing in my bucket list that on SSB Crack I should have my story once I get recommended. So that's why I gave this story to you guys. And another thing which I would suggest people that you can just take some inspiration from the other people who are giving interviews from here. You can take some tips from them. Okay, and in fact, you guys are also posting these different videos which are related to current affairs, related to defense, and yeah, you can just go through it. You know? Yes.
So we have now also started giving one-on-one guidance through SSB interview live classes as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are also many people who are joining this, and there are
Uh,
many also who got recommended through our online course. So
it's
that is
good.
also
Like,
in.
yeah, it's good just sitting at your home in comfortable place and
Yes.
get your
Okay.
coaching and all.
Yeah. Okay. So now that you have got recommended, what are your plans before joining the academy?
Before the joining academy, actually, I'm planning to go on a solo trip if I get some time to North. Just that because still I'm working a lot now. And in fact I have got several job offers. So if I get a chance, I want to explore the corporate life as well. Even if it is for 2 or 3 months, I'll join there, make some good connections there. Actually, I want to see like how things work in corporate. So I'll go there. Okay, then I'll have a trip if time permits me. That's it. And after that, I guess my joining will be in the month of January. So till that time, I will be over with my time doing all the stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that was a lovely interview with you, Prateek. And I hope that viewers who are watching this have also got a lot of insight into how you cracked your SSB, and also through the SSB journey, they have also been inspired. So I wish you all the best for your upcoming bright future. May you don that uniform and fly in the sky that you have been dreaming for very long.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for spending such a precious time with us. And thank you for guiding the fellow upcoming defense aspirants who want to go and crack SSB like you. So thank you once again,
Thank
Prateek.
you. One more thing which I wanted to add in between, you can add this. Okay, add this thing. It's just that this is a very important thing. Okay, which people should keep in mind that whenever you are going for an SSB, try to relate each and everything. Okay. For example, if you have written something in your PIQ, try to relate the same things in your psychological test. Okay, that's what I have kept on doing in my SSB, and that's what I think. Because of this thing only, I got recommended. Okay, I don't know where I have heard, but I have implemented this thing and I got recommended. So I feel that this was the thing which have worked for me, and for most of the people this will work because they want to just see whether he's saying truth or not. In fact, I'll share you one incident with me during my interview. Okay, personal interview. So what happened, the interviewing officer, initially in the first instance only, he asked me that have you taken any coaching or not. Okay, so I answered him that no sir, I haven't taken an active coaching, like I haven't spent any money on coaching and all, but yes, I have taken some passive coaching from, like, I have seen YouTube videos and I have solved some OIR and all. He was convinced. Then again, in the end, he asked me the same question, that have you taken any coaching or not. He just wanted to see if whether I will say this, I will give him the same response or not. Okay, so I gave the same response that yes, no, like no, I didn't take any coaching. I just watched YouTube videos and all. That's it. The same question appeared me during my conference. Same question. They had asked me the same question, that whether you have taken any coaching or not, and same reply I gave them, that no, I haven't taken any coaching. I just had look at the YouTube videos and all. So it's just that you need to be very careful while you are giving any response while during an interview, as well as I said earlier, that you need to relate each and everything. For example, if you are writing that I was the tech, as I said, that I was the technical secretary. So I had mentioned this thing in my PA. Then I saw one picture in tag, which was it was shown that there are some people sitting in on chairs and there is a table in front of them and they are discussing something. So I wrote that this boy was a technical secretary of a college, and they are talking to organize an event. So it went like that. So you can relate things like this. Okay, yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, so that was a golden tip that Prateek gave to you people. I hope that the viewers are quite convinced now about how to and what to do in SSB. Right. Thank you so much, Prateek, for these wonderful tips and sharing your SSB journey and experience with us. I thank you once again to spend some precious time with us and giving your valuable insights and tips to the upcoming SSB aspirants. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.